Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I've recently been on a training camp with my synchro partner Dan Goodfellow to practice before we start our competition season. Now, for people who don't know what synchronized diving is, it's the same as individual diving, but you have two individuals standing on the end of the board at the same time that take off at the same time, spin at the same time, and hit the water at the same time. At least that's what we try to do anyway. It can get complicated sometimes, and that's why it is important to train together as often as possible. And that's why I made the trip to Leeds, to do just that, train with Dan. So I thought I'd take you through some of the things that Dan and I do when we're on training camp, and it always starts with a warm-up. When we don't have full weights workouts, we tend to do lots of diving specific exercises to make sure we're best prepared to be able to spin around, take off, twist, turn, good form, good body tension and good posture for when we're hitting the water, because we hit the water at 35 miles an hour, which is pretty fast if you have a bit of a wobbly belly. This also includes gymnastics work, but all the gymnastics stuff and the tumbling that we do is very much designed to help divers. So it's completely different to the techniques that gymnasts use. So for any gymnasts out there, I know I'm awful. We aim to improve our takeoffs, our spin speeds, and lots of just general speed and agility. It's also very important as a synchro team to work on your individual skills, because if you can't dive by yourself, how the hell are you going to be able to dive with somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? Anyone that watches RuPaul will get that, but anyone who doesn't will just think I'm an absolute idiot. But anyway, all starts in the gym. But mastering those skills in the gym is not going to get you an Olympic diving medal. So we transfer those skills into the pool. And once we have our individual lists together, we then start practicing synchro. But because we hit the water at 35 miles an hour from 10 meter, the impact is pretty intense. So we start practicing in the dry land and what we call the dry dive, where we can get in some low intensity and low impact practice. As you can see, we do all kinds of dives from so many different heights and different difficulties, and that is all to prepare for the 10-meter dives that we do in competition. But as anything with diving, it all starts from the gym and gets transferred to the pool. So for example, we'll start with the inward 3.5 that we use in competition. Starts in the gym with an inward somersault tuck. And when we get in the pool, we break it down even further and we start with an inward dive. And then we go up onto the 5-meter board, which is halfway up to 10 meter, and we do an inward 2.5 somersaults with tuck. That is one less somersault than we'll actually do on the 10-meter board, so it's a great place to practice the takeoff, the spin speed, the shape, the come out, and the entry into the water. And then we finally get up onto the 10-meter board and do our inward 3.5 somersaults with tuck, which is a dive that we do in competition, and it's a dive that we competed at the Olympic Games to win our Olympic bronze medal. And all of the time while we're doing this, we are doing it at the same time as focusing on making sure that we are spinning at the same time, taking off at the same time, and hitting the water at the same time. So there's a hell of a lot to think about. I hope all of that gave you a little insight to what we get up to when we're training and what it takes to train to become an Olympic medalist, because it's not just a matter of showing up on the day and winning a medal. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of training, a lot of commitment, dedication, sacrifice, but I can tell you, it definitely is worth it in the end. We have a lot of competitions coming up. We've got the World Series circuit that's starting in March. We've got the Commonwealth Games that are in April, the World Cup in June, and the first competition that we're going to be competing in this year is in a couple of weeks' time down in Plymouth for the National Championships. So make sure you subscribe to not miss out on the rest of the year and see how we get on. But if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any more questions, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.